Hi, and welcome to today's edition of the Better Beer Authority Live. I'm Richard Hartogs. I'll be your host. Today I have a really special panel. I belong to this great Facebook group called Pints, Templar. It's a really laid-back, enthusiastic craft beer group and pretty active. So I asked for volunteers from the group, and this BBA Live blind taste test is only Pints, Templar members. So let's get started. We'll get started with JP, who I think is one of the heads of it. JP, if you want to introduce yourself and what you do with Pints Templar, your iHeart beer stuff, and then I want you to tell me what style of beer you think this is.
How's it going, guys? I'm pretty much started up the Pints Templar group a little bit ago. Actually, it was a spin-off of my Facebook page called iHeart Beer, and it's been just a great group of guys. I mean, they really kind of come together. It's almost more like family. Really surrounded around beer, and I don't know, it's a lot of fun. As far as like what beers I like and stuff, I mean, I'm digging stouts right now, but I kind of flip back and forth between whatever's seasonal for the most part.
Awesome. So what kind of beer, what style of beer do you think this is, that the blind taste test is?
For the taste test? I'm sorry, man, you were breaking up there a second. I don't know, man, I'm getting a lot of cloves. This is a very spicy beer, that's for sure.
Awesome. Yeah, there are spices in there, so if the rest of you guys want to think about that, let's go into Jason, who, if I'm not mistaken, I think you're an administrator of the group as well. If not, correct me. Anyways, tell us a little bit about yourself, and guess what the alcohol on this is.
Well, actually, no, I'm not an administrator, but I'm actually one of the staff writers for the iHeartBeer.net website, and been with JP for a couple months now, and really digging the group and love about writing beer. Started brewing in October. Much to the chagrin of those that write the laws, I've been drinking craft beer since I was 15 years old, and I'm well seasoned, and I'm really across the board. And thanks to you, Richard, for the gift of sour beer. I never had one before, and I really liked what you sent me. And I would have to say on this very light beer, I'm guessing probably around 4.5%, 5%.
Awesome. All right, thanks. And I forgot to mention that I've worn a couple of the iHeart Beer shirts on the show. You may have seen me with the Hopaholic shirt, or I think I did one with the dog and in dog beers something. I'm blanking out. Anyway, so we'll keep going. Let's go to Chris, who's in Somerville, South Carolina. Chris, introduce yourselves and tell me the flavors you're picking up from this beer.
No problem. I'm getting a little clove. A really a hefty taste, and I'm not a real big hefty fan, but this is really nice, and I really kind of enjoy it. It's really nice and light, and it's really easy to drink. I like that. I mean, I like something that you can have two or three. I'm thinking 4 or 5%. Perfect, right up my alley.
All right, thanks, Chris. Let's go to Dylan. Dylan is from Tennessee. I don't remember the name of the town. He's also with a Three Guys beer review. So him and two buddies, they have a pretty funny, relaxed beer review show. Dylan, tell us a little bit about that, and then why don't you tell us about the aroma and maybe a little more about the taste of this beer?
Yeah, I'm Dylan. I'm the center guy in the Three Guys beer reviews. We've been doing this for years. We're just some close friends. there's been a few different incarnations of us, but we've got a pretty good group of guys doing it now. And we just do it because we love beer. It doesn't matter what kind of beer you like. Even if you like big brew, it doesn't matter. Just go drink beer, and that's what we like to stress. Anybody can drink beer. Just enjoy it. As far as the beer goes, I'm getting a lot of hyphy smell, stereotypical hyphy, and a lot of clove. I'm getting huge amounts of clove on the nose. And the taste is, it's got something sharp that I can't quite pick out, but you can taste it's yeasty, a little doughy, and it's spicy. But like I said, I can't quite pick out what that is, and it's driving me nuts.
All right. I mean, without getting into specifics, I think you're on the right track with this beer for sure. Let's go back with JP. On the beer description, it has a list of spices, but clove isn't one of them, which is surprising to me. But there is a few different spices in here. Do you think you could guess any other spices? And then give me your, if you feel like giving a rating 1 through 10, go ahead. You don't have to give a rating if you don't want to.
No, that's surprising if cloves isn't one of them, because, yeah, it definitely smells and tastes like clove, which is kind of ridiculous. Yeah, if we're going without spices, then I'd have to say maybe pepper, like black pepper. This is a good beer, man. I mean, honestly, it's got a weird touch of sweetness in it, too. Like the back taste has got a weird sweetness that mixes with the different spices. Like, I'd have to give it a solid like 8.5. I don't know if I could drink this regularly, but this is definitely a cool beer to try.
Awesome. Yeah, you're definitely hitting something on the sweetness. There is a honey addition in this beer, so I think you're getting that. And also the honey has, adds more sugars to it, so it's a higher ABV than 5. Jason, let's go back to you. Give us your rating if you feel like it. If not, or anyways, tell us what you like about this beer, and if there's things you don't like, tell us also.
Sure, Richard. I would have to say I'd go with a solid 7 on this one. Thinking I'm picking up a little bit of allspice and maybe some cardamom in it since there is no clove. And
you got the cardamom.
I definitely did get the honey note, but it's got a real nice, dry, clean finish. And I'm really digging it. Thanks for sharing.
I almost started talking without unmuting myself. That would have been dangerous. Let's go to Chris. Chris, you're a home brewer. I think you said you've homebrewed for 3 years. Have you brewed any beers like this? And then give me your rating, if you don't mind.
I haven't brewed any beers like this. It's definitely got a different taste to it. I would, I don't know, 7.5, 8. I mean, this would be something that I would buy and I would drink on a regular basis. Like I said, I'm not a big Heffy fan. This has got a nice sweet taste to it, and this would be something that I'd regularly enjoy. So, yeah, I like it.
All right. So did one of you guys write you didn't get the honey, and another one just wrote you're getting ginger? Whoever wrote the ginger, that's another spice in there. So, awesome.
I thought I picked a little bit up there. It's been a while since I've had some.
Yeah, I get it.
Cool. let's finish this round off with Dylan. Dylan, break this down how you would break it down quickly on your review show and give us a rating, please.
Okay. Closing up on our show, we would go over a quick summary. I still get clove whether it's in there or not. That's just what I get. I do get, after you mentioned it, it may have put it in my head, but I do get that ginger root. It's not a candied ginger. It's not a ginger. It's ginger root. I do get that. But I do not get the honey. But no, whenever someone mentioned 5%, I thought, no, I think that's higher. I'm thinking around maybe an 8%, maybe even higher, but I'm thinking at least 8. But as far as my review, I'd give it a thumbs up. On the BBA rating scale, I'd give it. I'm torn between 7 and 8. That's why we have 3 ratings. But I'd probably have to give it 7.5. And I know we're not supposed to, but 7.5 is what I would give it. But it's a thumbs up from the TGBR.
All right, awesome. Let's first, if you guys don't mind, holding up the beer before you unwrap it, so people could see that it was done in a blind taste test. And then let's unwrap it. Here's the beer. It's from a local brewery for me, from Port City Brewing Company, Alexandria, Virginia. It's Tidings. It's their holiday ale. This is the third year they've had it, I think. I really like it. So it's an ale brewed with honey and spices. So let me go to their webpage. But there's cardamom, ginger. Yeah, it's they say gently spiced with coriander, cardamom, fresh ginger, and grains of paradise. There's also wildflower honey and Virginia wheat in it, and it clocks in at 7.8%.
Ooh.
So did we lose somebody?
Looks like we lost Jason.
Oh well. Man down. Oh well. No.
More
Grains of paradise.
There's nothing gently about that spice.
Let's go to JP real quick. So what are your impressions now, knowing what is in the beer at 7.8%?
7.8 is pretty impressive. I mean, that's got to be the honey in there. I mean, it didn't taste very alcoholic. I didn't get any alcohol taste into it or anything like that, so I'm surprised by the ABV. I would have put it at maybe 6. But 7.8 is impressive. There's nothing gentle about that spicing, though. I mean, very, very forward, both in the smell and the flavor.
You're muted.
You, sir, are muted. I see your mouth moving, but I hear nothing coming out of it.
Wait, does that mean I have to chug this now?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure you gotta chug it now.
Chug the
Son
whole
of a bitch.
Yeah, I got booted. That was cool.
That's gonna be heavy on the tummy.
Pardon me. Why don't you guys, Chris? Why don't you talk about the beer while I get busy over here?
This is awesome. This is a delicious beer. 7.8. Yeah, I never got it. It's not boozy. It just really doesn't have that heavy taste. It's very nice. Yeah, I'm impressed. I wish I could get this here, because that's like I said, I'm not a big heavy fan. Not my favorite style, but I would.
Well, for the record, I finished it. It was so good. I lost that. It's actually listed as a strong Belgian blonde ale, but I think since there is wheat additions into it, that probably comes off on the aroma, is my guess. So.
Yeah. That's what I'm getting from it. But That's nice. It'd be a nice, especially here in the low country of South Carolina. It'd be a nice summer beer.
Yeah. I think what I was saying when I was muted was that I like this as a holiday beer because it's not a Christmas porter, and it's not a like a big holiday stout. It's a
Right.
different take.
Yeah.
JP, you look like you're laughing. What's going on?
Oh, I'm just thinking, like, yeah, for a holiday beer, it's an interesting choice. I don't know if I would normally pick it as my holiday thing. I mean, I think the spice gives it a little bit of a holiday flavor, but it's definitely an interesting take on the whole holiday thing. Kind of like how Shiner does peaches for their holiday thing. You wouldn't think peaches for holiday. You don't think that heavy spice for holidays either.
Yeah, heavy.
Let's, Jason, why don't you give us your final thoughts on this beer?
Well, I was wondering with the yeast taste that was finally coming through now that I got over the whole spice conundrum, if it wasn't a Belgian Golden, because that was a style that I've been researching and thinking about brewing. So definitely with the additional sips, I'd have to say the ABV definitely creeped up on that with a little bit of head change there, and it's definitely very nice, very consistent with a few of the beers that I actually got to drink when I was over in Germany years ago.
Awesome. Let's finish off with Dylan. Dylan, have you guys reviewed many Belgian-style beers on your show?
We've actually started reviewing a lot of Belgians. I'm trying to get the other two guys in the direction of Belgians, and this past weekend we did a night of pretty much all Belgians, and that was an interesting evening when we finished. But yeah, we did a lot of Belgians. I've brewed a couple Kolsch beers, which that yeast, it's got that stereotypical yeast. Just, I mean, you get that breadiness, just a little bit of banana. But yeah, I mean, we've done a lot of Belgians in the past couple weeks, and we're going to start putting those online.
Awesome. All right, well, let's wrap this up. Guys, when we go off air, we're still going to be hanging out off air, so we'll chat. Anyways, thank you to all the guys who joined us today, Dylan, Chris, JP, and Jason, from a group I really enjoy being a member of, the Pints Templar. We'll leave information tomorrow on the YouTube, underneath the YouTube video with everyone's information. Support City Brewing Tidings. One of my favorite local breweries here, gets probably a 7.5 on the BBA scale. I'm Richard Hartogs, and this has been the Better Beer Authority and the Pints Templar.